Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. I hope you've had a wonderful day. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about money. I start my live stream off that way every single time. We are talking about money, and my objective is for you to have generational prosperity so you can actually build generational wealth. Now, in order for you to have generational wealth, you have to master the skills of being able to keep your money. I'm going to repeat. There's some people who struggle with earning money, and then there's people who have an easy time earning money, but they're not able to hold on to that money. So again, I want to emphasize that my live stream is to help you be able to objectively and critically think about money flow so that you can ride economic booms, you can have generational prosperity and generational wealth, but you have to take ownership of your financial future. Okay, now welcome. My live stream is not entertainment. It is informational, it is educational, and I'm here to give you a unique perspective to challenge how you think so that you can be in better alignment with earning money. Okay, money does not disappear, money moves, and when you learn how to shift with the money flow, that actually makes things a lot easier for you. So welcome. If you've never been in my live stream before, this is what I suggest to you. Sit back, vibe, chill, focus, listen, and tap the screen. All right. Until you understand the energy of my live stream, do not risk getting muted and or blocked because your engagement may be considered distracting. Those of you who know me, you know how this works. Please tap that screen and get started. Now, my moderator, I do have a moderator. My moderator plans my talking points. I want to make sure you hear me. My moderator is just not a moderator. My moderator plans my talking points to you. So if my moderator is muting you and or blocking you, I want you to understand my moderator is invested in this platform and live stream just like I am. So if you're getting muted, that means you're distracting from me. You're distracting from me, and you're not going to distract from me. So my last rule is please tap the screen. There's no free rides in my live stream. If you're going to be here and get this information, please tap the screen. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're in body and you're ready for me, okay? I'm going to challenge you. I am going to push you. I want to emphasize that. And if you're not in the mood for my bullshit, hello, Venus. If you're not in the mood for my bullshit, just scroll. Now, let's get to Wall Street. Wall Street is rallying. It's not rallying the way you expect. It's not rallying in the way that you would want a double bottom. But, Wall Street is creeping along. It's creeping along. So what's happening? Wall Street is creeping along. It's creeping along. So what's happening? The S&P 500 has gone up around 2%. The Dow Jones has gone up over 1%, and the NASDAQ has gone up over 2%. Now, this is happening because Trump is giving out breadcrumbs of messages telling all of you that the tariffs on China will drop, although it won't be zero. Guys, do you not see, do you recognize game? Hold on. Listen to me. Game recognizes game. Do you not recognize game? Tap that screen. What do I mean? This is the second day in a row in which our beloved President of the United States has hinted towards tariffs on China reducing. He's not giving you an end date. He's not telling you the quantity. He's just teasing to please the market. You heard what I said. Tap that screen. I'm telling you, the President of the United States is teasing and pleasing. He is teasing you all with the notion, the idea that tariffs are going to go away because you know what? That's going to get you excited. That's going to get you hopeful. And that's going to get you thinking with your emotions instead of your mind. So if you don't have a question, if you don't have an answer as far as how low are the tariffs going to drop and when are the tariffs going to drop, why are you still going into your purse, still going into your wallet, putting your money on Wall Street when you don't have cold, hard facts? That's a real question. He's not telling you when. He's painting a picture. It's like you wanted to go on a date with a woman, and that woman says maybe in the future. Now she knows you don't have a chance in hell, but she's making you think you have hope. When you take your cash and you invest it in the stock market based off of hope and emotions, you do not understand money flow. And I'm going to say that until I'm purple in the face. Hope has no place when it comes to prosperity and generating wealth. If you go back in history and look at land moguls, industrial moguls, when you look at them, they do not make moves with their money, invest their time, energy, and effort off of hope. Now, is hope a driving factor in their motivation? Yes. But for someone to cough up stacks of money and invest it, you need to understand hope does not factor when it comes to you taking your Benjamins and putting it someplace else that's outside your mattress, your piggy bank, or your bank account. I'm going to repeat this again. If you're being misled to be caught up in your emotions off of a dream, off of a fantasy, off of hope, you're not moving of sane economic mind and body. And that is how you lose your money. So when I start off my live stream and I told you my goal is to have you earn the money, but keep the money. You cannot build generational wealth if you are not able to obtain and hold on to that money. This is critical. I don't care how much money you earn. If the money just flows through your fingers like sand, that means your decision-making skills, your timeliness, and your critical thinking skills are not on par to follow money flow. Are you with me? Because I know I have a lot of people in my live stream and I'm talking about cash money. And I like cash, you like cash. So we like cash. Why are you not tapping that screen? I told you I'm going to challenge you. And if you're not ready to be challenged, this is not the right live stream for you. I am looking at your belief systems. I'm having you reflect really deeply on your belief systems because some of you are saying mantras, you're meditating, you're doing affirmations, you have a prosperity journal, and the money's not coming. The money's not coming because you can't recognize opportunity. You don't take action on opportunity. And when you earn the money, you don't keep the money. Is it a good time to buy Tesla stock? Luis, it's a good time for you to get blocked. Goodbye, Luis. Does anyone know why Luis just got blocked? Does anyone in my live stream who knows me, can you tell my audience why Luis got blocked from a question that is seemingly valuable? I'm going to repeat. Does anyone in my live stream know why Luis just got blocked from asking a valid question? Anybody? Let me tell you why. The purpose of my live stream is to teach you how to think. To teach you how to think for yourself. If you come in my live stream and you're asking me what to do with your money, it's not your money, it's my money. If you're looking for someone to tell you what to do with your cash, you don't have money. And that's why you lose your money. I'm going to say this again. Stop asking people what to do with your money. Now, if you're using an investment manager, a financial manager, and you're using them as a tool to perform certain tasks for your money, cool. But if you're blindly asking a bold-faced stranger on TikTok what to do with your money, I'm telling you, you don't understand money flow. You don't have a respect for money, and that's why you're struggling to keep this money. Where's my husband? He's with you. He's blocked. Welcome to my live stream. Guys, it is critical for you to understand there is a level of financial accountability that you must have. You must, if you want this money, you want to understand the stock market. You want to know why the S&P is going up. You must understand there's some critical historical, business, and economic factors that are playing a part as far as how your money grows, where you earn your money, and where you stash your money. All right? Now, if you're ready for me, let's get started because I'm switching gears. If we agree that money doesn't disappear, money just moves. We also can agree that money does not discriminate. Money doesn't care who you are. You can be China, you can be the US, you can be Venezuela. Money does not care who you are or what country you're in. If you can understand that, then listen. Oh, you didn't miss it. You just got blocked. My background is none of your damn business. There's something else you guys must know. If you don't want to listen to me, you scroll. If you think I don't make sense, scroll. What my background is or is not, if you do not have the intelligence to ascertain my level of intelligence, I'm going to put you out of your misery and I'm going to block you. I'm going to repeat. If you do not have the mental wherewith to ascertain my level of intelligence, I'm questioning your intelligence because you should not be watching me. Anyone else who comes in my live stream trying to ask me what my background is, if you don't have enough mental wherewith to ascertain who you're listening to, then I know you are not worthy of being in my live stream. That's the fundamental problem. You can't recognize intelligence versus non-intelligence. And that's why I'm going to leave you on the broke money side. Now, may I move on? May I move on? May I move on? I'm in a mood today. I'm not in the mood for bullshit, okay? You one nut squirrels need to stay outside my live stream and try your shit someplace else. Now, China's finance minister tells G20 that world economic growth is insufficient. Yes, I am, Mark. Welcome to my live stream. Yes, I am. If you want rights, scroll. G20. The Chinese finance minister tells G20 that the world economic growth is insufficient. Listen, world economic growth has always been imbalanced. I'm going to repeat this. World economic growth, prosperity, has always been imbalanced. Now, some of you are wondering why is prosperity and abundance imbalanced. First, I told you money does not disappear. Money shifts. There was a period of time in history that certain regions of the world were wealthy empires. And if you track that history, you will see that money flowed from certain regions of the world and it flowed to other regions of the world. That is the nature of money. Now, if it happens to be populated in the West, like the United States and Europe, I want you to know money pooling in a certain region on earth is just a temporary situation. What do I mean? The US, EU, Europe can be rich for thousands of years. But just because an empire and a pool of abundance, money, wealth has flowed to that region, it does not mean that that region will always have that money. Now, why am I talking to you about that? I am talking to you about this because if you're paying attention right now to the global economy, you will see that there's some power struggles. You will see that there's some new diplomatic alliances that are happening. And you will see that there's investments and technologies that are pulling at the threads of wealth and prosperity that have traditionally pulled in the United States, North America, or Europe. If you understand me, tap that screen because there's one person tapping and I know there's a lot of people in my live. You got to keep up with me. Keep up with me. When you're ready, I'm ready. Please tap that screen. When you're ready, I'm ready. Now, I'm sharing this information with you because what happens with great economic empires, what happens with great economic empires is that one decision at the wrong time that moves away from what made an empire powerful and successful is actually the precipice of its decline. I'm going to repeat. Great empires like the Roman Empire, the Ottoman Empire, they were actually performing certain actions that allowed those empires to become rich and powerful. And when they go too far or step outside that strategic blueprint that gave them wealth, power, and access to resources, that is when you see a great nation, a great empire falling. Now you watch the US and China. The US and China are two sides of the same coin. Let me explain. Just like you have light and dark, on and off. Yes and no. We live in duality. We live in the duality. Now, yesterday I said President Trump and President Xi are soulmates. They're fundamentally economic presidential soulmates. Because if you look at the behaviors of the president of China and the president of the United States, they're both engaging in very similar economic crippling activity because of some ego-based power struggle reasons. It's when you say indulgent, Stanford, yes, but there is a sweet balance. And when there's imbalances happening and there's a financial imbalance happening for too long, money has to recalibrate. Now, I'm using spiritual principles in regards to economic principles. And the reason why I'm tying in spiritual principles with economic business principles, because money is not evil. Money follows a pattern that's not any different than the seasons of earth or even the patterns of the oceans. It follows the same patterns. And this is what I'm trying to get you to. I'm trying to get you to realize water flows in the path of least resistance. Prosperity flows in areas where there's least resistance. Now, where is there a lot of resistance? There's a lot of resistance in China. There's a lot of resistance in the US. I'm going to say this again. Money flows like water. The purpose of free trade is that money flows, goods and services flow, and that is how you have prosperity. When you have too much resistance, tension, interference with free trade, global trade, money will flow where there's less issues and it's stable, productive grounds. Are you understanding? The U.S. is not providing free trade, ease of money flow, ease of good and services flow. China is not presenting ease of goods, ease of money flow. Let me give you an example. C.K. Hutchison. C.K. Hutchison is a business that owned ports all over the world. C.K. Hutchison was owned by a man named Li Ka-shing. Li Ka-shing is prevented from selling a couple of his ports to the United States. You want to know why? Because we're having trade wars. Let me give you another example. NVIDIA. NVIDIA used to be able to export a low-performing chip to China. Now, the Trump administration is requiring NVIDIA to get an import license to sell something that has been selling for years and making millions, if not billions of dollars off of. This is where our GDP is going. Our GDP is shrinking before your face because there is too much strain on money flow. And when we stop focusing on cash and money flow, we actually start moving over to power struggles. And it's no longer about the money, because if the U.S. wants money to balance our trade deficits and China wants money to balance its debt deficit, what's the problem? If we have the same goal, which is money and prosperity, why is it that two superpower nations cannot sit down and have an economically sane conversation to iron out their differences unless this is beyond money flow? Are you understanding me? So when I tell you that the world economic growth is insufficient, of course it's insufficient. One, it's imbalance. World economic growth and prosperity is imbalanced first. Second, it's shrinking. It's shrinking because the people, is it greed? I call it decision making. We can label it with many different labels, but the fundamental thing is this: it's poor decision making. Because if we have a common goal, which is global prosperity and a balanced free trade system, why are we going through these hiccups? And it's going so far that the U.S., your shelves, the stores where you go buy, we're so close to you seeing empty shelves in U.S. stores. I'm going to repeat. Because of what's happening right now, the U.S. is a consumer-based society. As a consumer-based society, we are accustomed to our shelves being plentiful. Now, during COVID-19, some of us saw shelves were empty. And us seeing shelves empty and standing in long lines just to go grocery shopping, for me as a US citizen, that was crazy as hell. Now, that was during COVID-19. I'm telling you, there are economic trade policies that are being implemented and reinforced that are going to make the likelihood of retail shelves being empty. And if you don't know anything about supply and demand, when there's less supply and there's high demand, that's called inflation. Tap that screen if you're understanding me. So if you think the US is already dealing with inflation, and we have trade tariffs that are happening, and no one wants to pay 125%, 245%, 3,500% on tariffs, I'm telling you what's going to be on your shelves. Now, on one hand, I'm looking at this situation saying, I think this is a setup. You see, if we have tariffs so high that we cannot get foreign goods into the US, that's going to force all of you to start working on the land. I'm just saying, if you can't get tomatoes, from Mexico, and you can't get honey from maple syrup from Canada, and you can't get your well-priced goods from China, and your shelves are empty, I see someone telling you what your future is. And your future is going back to a time where you're fucking pickling, you're making jam, and you're working on factory lines. If you can't get your goods from other countries that are more efficient and productive at doing it, then where are you going to get it from? We grow tomatoes here. Yes, Brandon. Very, very, that's amazing insight. Now, I know my live stream is wrong for you, because you and I both know you don't grow enough tomatoes to feed all the hungry mouths of the United States of America. I want to repeat. We love our food. We have a gluttonous appetite when it comes to spending and eating. And I'm telling you, if we could actually produce everything that we were needing at the price that you could afford, you wouldn't get your tomatoes from Mexico. I'm going to repeat. Yes, the U.S. can produce food. But can the U.S. produce food with this labor cost so that you can afford to buy the food? Because if you can't afford to buy the food, now you understand why we're getting maple syrup from Canada and why we're getting tomatoes from Mexico, because your wallet, your broke money wallet, and your foolish ass comment means you can't afford it. Are you with me? Are you with me? So if you can't get the goods that you're accustomed to on your shelf, you're going to have to start creating it. So I see the U.S. being torn in two different directions. Are we moving in the future, or are we going back in the past? If you cannot afford to pay the tariffs on the goods that you normally get from foreign nations, that means you're being put as U.S. citizens in a corner in which you have to go back. We're going back in time. We're going back in time. Is that the type of life that you want? Do you want manufacturing jobs? Do you want to be working the land? Is that your vision of making America great again? Because if that's not your vision of making America great again, then you have a critical decision to make. Because when you watch me, Time to Eat Squirrel, oh, not the squirrels. Please don't get the squirrels. Leave the squirrels alone. The reason why I'm telling you this is that you are at a divide. It's like a fault line. You have old money systems and you have new money systems. What are old money systems? Old money systems are you working manufacturing jobs, and you're going back to when, America was building cars and doing all those different things. Or you get on the new money side. The new money side is digital money. You're going to have an economic divide between citizens all over the world choosing how they earn money. You're going to have people who are using automations and having 2-hour workday and having daily cash flow. And then you're going to have a huge group of people who have no choice, who needs a job, who has to pay their mortgage, who has to pay their bills, and you're going to end up applying for manufacturing jobs. So you have to choose what type of future you want. Because I find it very hard to believe that the technologies that are supposed to pull us through this economic recession are actually being stunted. Those technologies are AI, they're quantum computing, they're humanoid robots, they are automations. There are a lot of technologies that are being stunted because of trade policies and lack of critical rare minerals to build them. If you can't get your cell phone from China and we start building the cell phones in the US, do you actually think you will be able to afford that cell phone? I think that's why they're going after Africa. Tove, you're correct. When all else fails, let me tell you where people go. They go back to Africa. When you have all this trade economic BS that happens, let me tell you, Japan's in Africa. Japan is in Nigeria. When all else fails, you know where you go back to Africa. So when you understand history, not enough raw materials in the US. When you understand history, then you know the moves that are going to be made. Now, or South America, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. So now, China says that tariffs and trade wars are sabotaging economic and financial stability worldwide. China's basically telling the G20 summit that tariffs and trade wars are sabotaging economic and financial stability worldwide. And China's also saying that the current world growth is slowing. World growth is slowing because people who say they believe, countries that say they believe in global trade, free trade, are behaving and making decisions that are contrary to what capitalism and free trade's about. And if the global economy is slowing down, that is a nice, slick way of saying a global recession. Just like we had a global pandemic, you're now witnessing a global recession that's just getting a foothold and moving forward. Now, if you've never watched me before, I've told you that when you have a recession, you can also have an economic boom. Please tap that screen. I know you're focused, but you got to be focused and tapped. You can have an economic recession and an economic depression at the same time of an economic boom. I want you to focus on what I'm saying. You can have a recession/depression and an economic boom happening at the same time. You want to know how? Let me tell you how. During the Great Depression in the US, you had the entertainment industry that was booming. You had auto repairs, auto repair mechanics booming. You had that industry booming. You had businesses that provided basic goods and necessities booming. So even during an economic recession and or depression, if you are on the right side and offering goods and or services that are of value during an economic recession or depression, you do not suffer financially. I need you to sit with what I'm saying. I need you to really sit on what I'm saying, because typically you say recession, oh geez, we all financially suffer. No. The entertainment industry, radio, was booming during the Great Depression. So if you don't remember anything about this live stream, I want you to take this away. Even though there's a recession, there is money being made. Consumers becoming manufacturers. Runa, is beyond hard. It's the right niche. Exactly. Consumers becoming manufacturing is beyond hard. It's inconceivable for me. I'm not in the US. I want y'all to know this. I'm a digital nomad. Did you hear me? I am a digital nomad, which means my pretty brown behind is not in the US. I want you to hear what I said. My loud, demanding mouth and my pretty brown behind is not in the United States of America. I am a digital nomad. I am not working any lands. I'm sorry. I'm not working the land. I'm not working the line. I'm working my mouth and I'm working my brain. So if anyone wants to know how to work your mouth and work your brain and earn easy money, legitly, you talk to me. I'm not going down that route. I saw this ish coming a mile away. I saw this ish a mile away, and I told my kids, we got to bounce. I'm being real. The reason why I talk about these stories is because I want you to take a few steps back, and I want you to have a bigger perspective. The world is bigger than the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. And some of the information that you're receiving is very restricted. What am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you that all the information that's being presented to you is not the full story. So if you think that jobs are coming back, it's manufacturing jobs that are coming back. When you see that the grocery shelves, the retail shelves are empty, I want you to understand why. It is my understanding that the vision of making America great again is not the vision that you had in mind. Ponder what I'm saying. Ponder what I'm saying. When you were told about Make America Great Again and bringing jobs back, I know damn well you did not think that you would have to work 10 to 12-hour shifts and manufacturing jobs. Now, if I'm wrong, feel free to let me know. So when you bought into the notion of Make America Great Again, you were envisioning ease, higher quality of life, cell phones, and remote work, and you were envisioning that. You were envisioning that. I'm telling you, because of the prices that are being placed on goods due to tariffs, businesses exist to make a profit. Businesses outsource their manufacturing because it increased their quarterly profits. Now that there are high tariffs, it no longer makes sense for U.S. firms to manufacture goods that you've become accustomed to. It doesn't make sense for them to do it overseas. So they're going to bring it back to the location which is cheapest. And if tariffs are so high, automatically that makes the U.S. the cheapest location. Tap and think. Tap, tap, tap and think. When you manipulate prices and the cost to produce those goods, then it automatically skews perception and it makes the U.S. look like the cheaper place to manufacture those goods. Come on now. Think and tap. Think and tap. We can do this. So that's why when you stay for the second portion of my live stream and I talk to you about new opportunities and I talk to you about an easier way of earning money, because I'm presenting to you. Deneen, thank you, and you're muted. Thank you, and you're muted, Deneen, because you're not focusing. And if you can't focus, you will be muted and or blocked. Very simple. You will be muted or blocked. If you want to be here, you need to behave accordingly, okay? I'm telling you to imagine possibilities, because when you see the possibilities, it enables you to make better financial decisions. So is the global economy slowing? Yes. Is all of the global economy going to slow? No. I'm going to repeat. The global economy overall is slowing. Is all of it going to slow down? No. There's going to be certain niches that are still earning money, and it's going to be happening right in back of you, because you're not going to be paying attention to it, because you're not focusing and you're concocting narratives that I'm not even talking about. Okay? Are you with me? Arcade, you were doing good until you got muted. Now, next story. China is allowing overseas investors to assess more of its sectors. China is allowing international foreign investors to access more of its sectors. Now, this is a very intriguing comment of what I'm talking about, because if you have been listening to me, I told you that China was positioning itself as the new poster child for free trade and the global economy. What are niches? Niches are when you get blocked. That's what a niche is. A niche is when you ask me a question you can look up, because you can spell it. You can spell it, but you don't know what it is. You can spell niche, but you don't know what it is. You just got blocked. Anyone else who wants to be smart? Anyone else who wants to be a smart ass? Huh? You can spell niche, but you don't know what it is. Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. You're so smart that you're foolish. Now back on topic. Yeah, ninja. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Joseph. China, over the last few weeks, since Liberation Day, has been advocating for free trade. It's saying that it's the stable, responsible leadership that is needed for global free trade. Hello, Joseph. But here's the funny thing. If you are an advocate for free trade fully, how do you have a country that has a belief system that is contrary to capitalism? Listen to me. The U.S. was born off of democratic and capitalistic ideals. Now, the U.S. is engaging in some questionable policies, but I'm going to put that on hold right now. Now you have China, who has a history of being a great monarchy, a communist monarchy. And if you know anything about communism, communism does not fully believe in capitalistic principles and democratic principles. But because of global trade, you've had a number of countries that have been able to dip their foot into capitalistic activities and profit from them. So now that trade battles are happening, tariff battles are happening, China has positioned itself as an advocate for free trade, of being responsible, of being stable, and being a more harmonious environment for other countries to do business with. Now, I just told you China has now decided to allow overseas investors to access more of its sectors. That means the country that is now advocating for free trade does not have an open economy. Listen to me. You cannot be an advocate for free trade and have sectors of your economy shut off. That is contrary. So when I tell you guys, I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to point out things to you that does not make sense. If you believe in capitalism, that means you have to open your industries for free flow of investment of money and goods and services. China has just indicated that it's been engaging in capitalistic principles, capitalistic activities, but they've had closed industries or sectors. 1, 2, how can you be a leader of free trade and all of your country's industries are not open for that trade? Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because China is advocating for other nations to align with it, to engage in free trade and stand against the U.S. I'm cool with that. But here's the problem. If you're free trade, you got to be open. You cannot have a closed economy when it suits you and open up other doors when your economy is cooling down. This is why I think China is opening up other sectors. They're opening up sectors that are basically crumbling. They are asking for outside foreign investment because they want outside foreign investment money to come in and prop up industries that are collapsing. Serious goddess. No, 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 no. You can't say that, serious goddess. I told you my live stream is about money. You got to keep your preferences, your racial, your religious, your political, your gender, your emotion preferences out of my live stream. This is only about money flow, history, and economic booms. The only person who gets to be disrespectful is me. I want to repeat. You got to keep it respectful. You have to keep it objective, and you have to keep it focused on the money. Do not bring that BS into my live stream. Do y'all understand me? If you understand me, tap that screen. I do not play. Okay? I do not play with this bullshit. This is about money. I don't care who you like. I don't care who you don't like. This is about money. If you can't swing with that, you're going to get the hell out. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not okay. All right. The Chinese economy, I believe, is opening up these other sectors because they want foreign money to prop up sectors that are collapsing. So when I talk to you about timing, timing is a critical component to opportunity and economic demise. Hold on, listen to me. Timing is critical for financial success, but timing is also critical for your financial demise. If you move too soon or you move too late, you set yourself up for economic failure. So now China is magically, at an odd time, intriguing time, opening up industries like television. Now, you know, television is state-owned in China. They're now opening up television. They're opening up transportation. They're opening up logistics, freight forwarding, vehicle rental services, pharmaceuticals, and medical. They are soliciting foreign investment in these industries that have normally been closed off. Wait, goodbye. If you don't understand, then why are you here? Okay? What? You were here, now you're gone. Now back to what I'm saying. The timing of China opening up these industries is trying to encourage foreign investment at a time where certain industries are actually being impacted. I firmly believe no one does anything without a reason. If you actually study the actions of people and countries and their decisions, you would understand that certain decisions are motivated for reasons that are not apparent. On the surface, it looks like China is an advocate for free trade, and they're opening up 6 out of 172 sectors. So let's say China has 172 sectors. They have now opened up 6 more, which means most of their economy is still closed off. So if they're free trade, why is it that some industries are still closed off from foreign investment? Next, you have companies like Tesla who are in China, but now are not able to export their humanoid robots because now they need an export license. So if you go and invest your money in a country that has a communist, state-owned background foundation, you must know during difficult trade talks and economic sanctions and embargoes that are happening, guess what? They don't want competition in those sectors. I know. If they don't want competition, then that's not capitalistic. That's not free trade. If the purpose of free trade and capitalism is that there's competition, if the purpose of free trade and capitalism is that there's competition, if they do not want competition and they're saying that they're advocating for free trade, they understand global trade, that does not match. And when that doesn't match, that tells me there is a problem with money flow. Because when money flow cannot move with ease, that means you are setting yourself up for an unnecessary risk, and you may be potentially jeopardizing your investment. I'm going to repeat. If you don't want competition, that means that you are not an advocate for free trade. If you don't want competition, that means that you are not an advocate for free trade. So when you have a great, powerful country that has state-owned communist policies telling you they believe in free trade, and a lot of those sectors are locked, you must use good decision-making skills where you choose to put your money. That look at the complete picture. You just cannot believe everything that you're told and showed. Trump said tariffs were going to go away on China soon. Yet he hasn't told you when, and he told you that tariffs would be lower, but he hasn't told you how much, and he hasn't told you when. Free trade doesn't exist. It's a ruthless world. Survive at all costs. Oh boy, truth hurts. You've been muted. Thank you for your comment, but you're now muted. You have lost the right to comment. It's a game. It's a money flow game. So when I talk to you about the hypocrisies, the discrepancies of what's being said and what's being showed, you must understand what is happening. This is how you build prosperity and how you keep your money. If you believe everything someone tells you because you like what you hear and you see what you want to see, the U.S. fundamentally is democratic and capitalistic and a great country. China is a great country, but it's capitalist, it's communist. It's communist. It is state-owned. If you forget that you're investing your money in a state-owned economy, then you're going to increase risk that you have not factored. And if you do not factor all risks that are tied to your money and investment, it's called hidden costs. If you do not factor hidden costs like state-owned communists, it's not bad. It's different from the U.S. I'm not saying capitalism is right. I'm not saying communism is wrong. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is if you don't understand the history, the foundation, you are not factoring in all risk that's tied to your investment, your cash, and that's called hidden costs. And those hidden costs may potentially become sunken costs, which means you got to write that shit off because you just lost your money. Just because the U.S. is not engaging in its full true self, which is capitalistic and democratic, you must understand that is the pillar. That is the beating heart of the U.S. That is not the beating heart of China. Capitalism, no. Muhammad. Hold on. Mute. Hold on. Muhammad. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. Because if I go back in history and you look at how monarchies, dictatorships, communist society, and socialist society have brought misery and poverty to its citizens, how in Sam hell can you come in my live stream and say capitalism is evil, yet you want to do business with us? 1. 2, go back and look at history with monarchies, dictatorships, and how they've treated their people and how they've stolen wealth. Go back and look at the history of communism. So when you sit here in my live stream and you come in here with these half-baked notions that are not based in reality, I'm going to check you. You see, capitalism is made by people. Communism is made by people. Go back in history. Check that. Capitalism is evil, yet you make a lot of money from it. Capitalism is so bad that you have communist countries, socialist countries wanting to engage in such activities. Make it make sense. You can't have it both ways. You got to give credit where credit is due. Free trade, global trade, ease of money flow makes a prosperous world. They're all the same. You're correct. No, don't play with me. So guys, this is something that is, I told you I'm here to challenge how you think. You cannot get caught up in these notions of ideals of, this is evil, this is bad. The fact is this, are the people of the world thriving or are they surviving? Because if most of the people of the world are surviving, that means we are not utilizing our resources and our talents in a balanced way to bring abundance for all. I'm going to repeat this. Money circulates. There's enough money, resources, talents, and people that will allow for every nation, every continent to prosper in its own way if we collaborate. The reason why there's an imbalance of wealth is because we are not utilizing resources in a way that's most efficient and most effective. What do I mean? It means China does what it's good at. The U.S. does what it's good at. Japan does what it's good at. South Africa does what it's good at. Peru does what it's good at. If every nation focused on what they're good at and we had a free flow of goods and services, we would all be rich. Very simple. simple. It's only because of human human bullshit that is interfering with the flow of money. So when humans interfere with tariffs, with manipulations of financial systems, with disinformation and misinformation, when humans engage in such activity, what that does is it creates an economic imbalance, which means one portion of the world is financially poor and another portion of the world is financially rich. But let me tell you what happens. If it goes one way, it's going to go the other. So the side of the world that had great prosperity, you're going to watch that money shift from that side of the world to the other side of the world, because we live in a duality, and no economic policy and nothing you can do will prevent money from flowing. An area of the world that's barren, dry desert will also become a rainforest and a jungle. And a part of the world that's a rainforest and jungle will also have the opportunity to be a barren desert land. That is the nature of the world. That is the nature of the money game. So just because you happen to be alive at a time, or in a nation that is rich and abundant, you must not sleep. You must not get comfortable. Because if you don't want to end up on the broke, destitute money side, that means you have to be able to shift, pivot at the right time so you can continually be in a state of prosperity and economic growth. Why do you think the British Empire and Spain, why do you think that they traveled the world? Because when they tapped out of resources in their region, they got on ships and they started exploring the world, because they know that money, resources is located in different regions. But if you don't move, you don't get that bag. So guys, I am getting ready to transition to the second portion of my live stream. Anyone who's interested, thank you. Anyone who's interested in a 2-hour workday, yes. Anyone who's interested in learning how to earn money to pay your bills in 2 hours a day, 100% profits, and daily payouts, this is the portion of my live stream. Everyone else that knows me, this is your time to exit. This is your time to exit. Anyone who's interested in my live replays, all you got to do is go to my profile, go to my website, enter your email address. My live replays are not free. I'm going to repeat. My live replays are not free. So if you're interested in getting my strategy briefs and access to my live replays, go to my profile, go to my website, enter your email address, and I will tell you how to get it. Now, everyone else, if you want to know how to earn cash in a business that's done for you, already set up for your financial success, please stay on my live stream. I'm going to repeat. Anyone who's interested in learning how you can pay your bills working a 2-hour workday with a done for you, already set up business, online business with daily payouts, tap that screen and let me know that you're here. Otherwise, I'm gone. Okay? If you want to know how to get this money, new money, easy money, if you don't want to be on the factories, working the lines, I need you to tap that screen and let me know if you're with me. Tap, tap, tap. Okay? This is real. When I told you there's a fault line, there's going to be an economic divide, I was serious. There's going to be 2 different ways, 2 different paradigms for people to earn money. So if you're sitting here watching me, I'm giving you an opportunity to decide what type of money you want to earn. Do you want to work less and earn more? Or do you want to go with old money systems in which you have to work 8, 12-hour shifts, standing on your feet, breaking your back, working for pennies? This is where we are. This is where we are. You have a choice to make. Now, what am I talking to you about? I am talking to you about the e-learning industry. The e-learning industry is actually a very profitable, lucrative industry. It is making billions of dollars every single day. I want to repeat. The e-learning industry, work less, earn more. Yes, it is possible. And I'm going to tell you how you work less and earn more. The e-learning industry is a part of the digital wave. It is essentially online learning. Most reputable universities have an online program because they're lucrative, they do not cost a lot, and it adds a lot of revenue to that university. So why am I talking to you about e-learning? Because e-learning is an industry that is projected to double by 2027. What does that mean? E-learning right now is $1.5 billion every single day. I'm telling you, people are spending money, $1.5 billion every single day in the e-learning industry. So if you're asking, where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? The money is right behind you. If you're having a hard time finding a job or earning a livable wage, it's because you're trying to earn an income in an industry or field that is becoming obsolete in front of your face. If you know money doesn't disappear, money moves, and you can't earn a livable wage, that means what you're trying to do, the money flow is leaving and money is over here. Now, e-learning is online learning. Online learning allows people to get new skills and greater information without sitting in a school, a cubicle, a desk. Those old traditional systems are called old for a reason. Now, how do you have a 2-hour workday in the e-learning industry and be able to earn enough money to pay your bills? Well, first, a 2-hour workday is possible when you use technology. Tap that screen. Let me know if you're with me, okay? Because if you're not with me, I can't go forward. When you use technology like automations, and it's online, and it uses AI, it actually does 90% of the grind. So normally, you get in your car, you drive 2 hours, you sit in your job for 8 to 10 hours, and then you drive home. Imagine having automations, autopilot, supporting you and your online business. So you have to work 2 hours, 3 hours a day, and your automated online system does the work for you. What does that mean? When you use automations and you have an online business, that means that business is working 24/7. So you work from 9 to 5, right? When you clock out, you stop earning money. When you have an automated online business, that business is working 24/7 for you. Are you with me? So when you have a done for you means it's already built. You plug in your you plug in your web address, you get a domain, you plug in your domain, you have an online business set up within hours or a few days. It's called earning money while you sleep. Now you ask, how do I earn money? What am I selling? I told you e-learning. When you have an automated online business, it means you get to have automated streams of income. Automated streams of income. Streams of income is like you having a second job, a third job, a fourth job. Now when you have a done-for-you online business that uses automations, you now have automated streams of income. So instead of you working jobs, your online automated system actually has automated streams of income. Are you with me? That means your automated system has digital streams of income that allows you to earn money 24/7 by offering high value digital products. What's a high value digital product? Let me give you an example. Some of you do network marketing, you do affiliate marketing. Let's say you offer lip gloss. That lip gloss, you sell it, let's say you earned $6 from that lip gloss. You need about 100 customers to earn $600 from selling one lip gloss. Now I want you to imagine a high value digital product, an e-learning product in which you earn $600 from one customer, okay? Lip gloss, profit $6, you need 100 customers. A high value digital product that's worth $600, all you need is one customer. So if you need one customer to earn $600, how much money would you like to earn that will take the pressure off your life? Do you need $2,400? That's one customer a week. If you just need an extra $2,400 in your bank account, I'm telling you, you just need one customer to get your e-learning program that's already created. You don't have to create anything. This e-learning program is already made proven to sell, proven to work. So if you got one customer per week that pays you $600 and you're taught how to attract this customer to your automated system, and your automated system does the selling, the communicating, and works for you, guess what? That's $2,400 extra in your bank account off of working a 2-hour workday. Are you following me? The income opportunities are endless. When you understand you no longer have to work multiple jobs, you just need automated streams of income, that changes the games. That changes the game. Stop investing your time in pennies and small percentages. Stop earning scraps. You need a digital product that's worth hundreds of dollars, not $6. You understand? Now, what does this look like? Thank you. What does this look like? Listen, guys. When I say the online business is done for you, that means it's already set up for your financial success. You have to plug in your domain and you have to get started. Now, how do you get started? You're going to get taught. You're going to get taught how to attract. You're going to get taught what the value, the economic value of your automated system is. So if you want to earn an extra $10,000 a month, you will be taught how to go about that. Let's say you only want an extra $1,000. It is simpler than you think. You no longer have to chase your friends, your family. You don't have to do this. E-learning is projected to become $3 billion. By 2027, e-learning is going to go from $1.5 billion to $3 billion. That is money. That is $3 billion every single day. People are spending money on e-learning programs. So, how do you get a 2-hour workday? You use automations and you have a done-for-you, profitable business that is already set up for your financial success. How do you earn 100% profits? You earn 100% profits because your online done-for-you business does not cost you any monthly expenses. So that means you have an online business and you don't pay any money for it. You invest one time in the automated system. There's no other expenses. Imagine having a business that you invest a low amount one time and you earn all of the profits. You earn all the revenue, you earn all the profits, and you have no monthly expenses. That is how you earn 100% of the revenue, 100% of the profits. Now, daily payouts. Because you have an automated business and you are a business owner, with a business that's already set up for your success, you get paid directly in your bank account. There's no approval. There's no got to go to this person. No, the person buys the high value digital product. It gets deposited directly into your bank account the next day. That's how you get daily payouts. You understand? So I've proven to you, you can have a 2-hour workday and pay your bills off of working 2 hours a day. I've told you how you can do it by having a done-for-you, automated online business in which is plug and play. And I've also told you the money goes directly to you. You don't work for me. You'll be working for yourself. This automated system is already built. This e-learning program is already made. You will be showed how to milk this e-learning program to make the income that you desire. There's no red tape. There's no gatekeepers. There's no licenses. There's no permits. There's no bullshit. It's beginner friendly. It's budget friendly. And you can do this anywhere in the world. Last month, I was in Malaysia. This month, I'm in Vietnam. People are doing this all over the world using automations and having automated streams of income that works for them 24/7. So you earn while you sleep. You earn while you're on a date. You earn while you're having family time. You get to turn your phone off and your automated business is working. So when you turn your phone off, your automated business is always working and selling for you. There's no DMing. There's no cold calling. There's no multi-level marketing. There's no drop shipping. There's no inventory. There's no creation. You're set up for success and you're set up to hit the ground running. Now, how do you do this? Very simple. It's a one-time low investment of 100, 300, or 600. I'm going to repeat. One-time low investment of 600, 300, or 100. What is the difference? The difference is the number of automated income streams, how much you want to earn. Did you hear me? The difference is the number of automated income streams and how much you want to earn. So, if you have a digital product that costs you $600, you only have to have one customer to earn $600 in a day. But if you have a digital product that costs you $300, then you need two customers to earn $600. And let's say you have a $100 digital product, you need 6 customers to earn $600. So when I say the difference between them is the number of automated income streams and how much you want to earn, that is the difference between them. There's no middleman. There's no guesswork. You can actually follow your success knowing that it's a proven roadmap, it's a proven blueprint that's earning people 6-figure income. And all you have to do is go to my profile. My website's there. My website has everything you need to know. It is a plug-and-play system. Plug and play. How many automated income streams do you want? And how much would you like to learn how to earn digitally online? Because if you can handle a couple of extra grand and it will make your life easier and give you some breathing room without working more, without working harder, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Check out my stories. Go to my profile, check out my stories. You can work less and earn more. You can pay your bills off of a 2-hour workday. Imagine earning a month worth of income in one day. If you go to my stories, I gave a shout out to a man who earned $5,000 in 1 week. $5,000 in 1 week. Having automated streams of income and a done-for-you digital online business that's set up for success. How many of you have ever seen $5,000 in 1 week? Because that's $20,000 in a month. So if you want to work the line, you keep working the manufacturing line. You want to keep working 18 hours driving Uber, you keep doing that. A 4-year-old can do this. A 4-year-old can do this. It's beginner friendly. It's beginner friendly. And it's budget friendly. So I want to repeat, it's a one-time low investment. You work for yourself. You do not work for me. You have a done-for-you online business that's already set up for success. You work for yourself. You do not work for me. You have a done-for-you online business that's already set up for success. And because it's set up for success, the only thing you have to focus on is scaling your business and promoting it without spending money. And that is how you leverage earning income. You leverage it. You're not set up for failure. You're set up for success. All you got to do is follow directions, follow the path, and walk your way to your 6-figure income because it's doable. So all you got to do is go to my profile. My website's there. This is real. This is lucrative, and it's happening. Next, go to UCLA website. Go to Boston University's website. Go to Texas AMU website. Go to the website. I guarantee you, they go to Stanford. They offer e-learning programs. If you don't know how much money is being made for e-learning, go to Stanford, go to Berkeley, go to Boston University, go to Pepperdine, go to UPenn, go to the websites. Go to the websites. I guarantee you, they have e-learning programs. And look at how much they're charging. An e-learning program means a student does not have to go to the school. They can learn anywhere in the world. That means that university does not have to pay for lights and gas and seating and maintenance. And they can earn an income from someone getting their education by sitting anywhere in the world. It is pure profit. It is pure profit. And I just told you, as a normal man or woman, anywhere in the world, you can tap into an industry that is earning millions, billions of dollars by using technology and a digital e-learning program that you have the rights to sell, and you will be showed how to sell it to get that hundreds of dollars of income off of a 2-hour workday. So go to my profile, go to my website. It's a one-time low investment, and you're set up with a business that's ready for you to walk your way to financial success. Go to my profile, go to my website. I dare you. I dare you. Because if you see what I see, because I'm doing it already, you do what I do, you get to live a different life. Check out my profile, check out my website, go to my stories. Have a good night. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the follows. And I hope I've taught you something new. And I hope I've blown your mind away. And you see that money flow is real. It's waiting for you. You just got to move your ass. Move your booty. Move your booty to the cash. And the cash will come to you. Have a good night. Bye.